Hey guys, welcome back to Happy High Tarot. I am back again with another pick a card reading. In today's pick a card reading, we will be taking a look at all things career. Alright, so this is pile 1, this is pile 2, and this blue flower over here is pile 3. You can find all the timestamps in the description box as well as in the comment section. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can contact me on happyhightarot@gmail.com. Alright, so pause the video, meditate on the piles, make your selection, and let's get started. Hello group number 1, if you chose the green flower, let's see what messages we have for your career. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading. If it does not resonate with you, feel free to pick another pile or book a personal reading with me. So we're going to be looking at some oracle cards first, and then we'll move on to your tarot cards and later on to the advice cards that we have for you. Alright, so first of all we have engineer in reverse. So I'm going to be looking at the shadow attributes, and this says reliance on mechanistic solutions without regard for emotional consequences. And then we have guide, which says represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. So group number 1, I think you're the kind of people who are more practical than emotional. Once they have this idea in their head which they want to implement, they go about it without focusing too much on how or why or when is it going to affect others. If you want to do it, you just go ahead and do it. The guide card gives me 2 messages. The first one is that either you are at some point in your life where you're looking for some mentor who can guide you through the whole thing, or you don't like to rely on other people. You are your own inner light. You rely more heavily on your own self, your inner knowing, your gut feeling, your instincts, your intuition to charter a course for yourself. Then we have career change, which says you're embarking upon a career that brings you the joy and abundance you desire and deserve. And then we have school, which says the answer that you're seeking involves going to school. So group number 1, whatever it is that you're doing right now, I don't think it is giving you a lot of happiness, which is why you have decided to go for a career switch. And whatever this new thing is, this is the thing that you actually like way more than what it is that you're doing currently. However, you might first require to get some official degree or certificate in this thing, which is why you're planning to either go to school. Now, this might mean getting yourself enrolled in an actual college, or this can also be getting a certificate from some online course. Alright, now let's see what we have for you from the tarot cards. So we have Page of Wands, 4 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, the Emperor, and Justice. This is very cool, group number 1, because you are going to be starting your journey as a page and you're going to end up as the Emperor. That is pretty fantastic. Page of Wands also tells me that whatever this new thing is, you're very excited about embarking on this new journey, this newness. You're finding it really attractive. Your spirits are way high right now, which is a good thing. I mean it in a good way. However, you might be feeling a little confused as to how to go about it, or whether this will turn out to be good for you or not, as can be seen with the 2 of Pentacles. For some of you, the case may be that there is an opportunity presenting itself to you, but you're not really paying a lot of attention to that. Instead, you're more focused on something else. This might also pertain to your current situation, your current job, where you've just lost all interest in it and you're now more heavily focused on this other thing. But you're still juggling the idea, you're still playing with it a little bit, you don't exactly know how to go about it. But the good thing is that whatever balance problems you're facing right now, they're going to get sorted out in the future, because you've got the Justice and you can see that the scales are perfectly balanced. So if you are at this juncture in your life right now where you feel like your life is going haywire, there's absolutely no balance, all the balance is going to get restored in the future once you actually start pursuing this thing. The Emperor definitely suggests that whatever this new thing is, it is going to get you a lot of abundance. This is not going to be just monetary, but also like fame and position and respect in the society, all those things as well. And as we had seen from the career change card, this new thing, you're going to be really happy with it. The Six of Cups for me suggests emotional fulfillment as well. So where on the one hand, in your current job, you weren't getting any emotional satisfaction at all, in this new thing that you're planning to do, you're going to get a lot of emotional fulfillment as well. The other thing that I'm picking up from the Six of Cups is that this might be some idea which you did have as a kid, as a child growing up. This was something that you might have perhaps always thought about venturing into, but then as you grew up, because of the practicalities of life or whatever, you just lost touch with this childhood dream of yours. But now this passion has reignited in you, and again you have decided to pursue it more actively this time around. And I think you should go for it, because with the Emperor and the Justice and the Six of Cups, you are definitely going to get very, very good rewards. So you can safely take this leap of faith. Okay, group number 1, now let's see what our spirit have to say to you. So the first card is Watch Your Thoughts, which says it's important to not only think about what you desire. It's important to only think about what you desire, not what you fear. So group number 1, I mean, obviously this is a big thing. You're switching your career. There was something that you'd been doing for a very long time, and now you're going to go for something else. So it is very reasonable. I mean, it's very valid and very justified for you to be scared right now. But what Spirit is asking you to do is to not be scared. Don't think about what will happen if things don't work out. Instead, all your thoughts need to be focused on the idea of how your life will turn out to be, because things will work out, all right? Because our thoughts are very, very powerful. What we think is what we attract. So if you think positive, you are going to attract that abundance and positivity into your life. And then the second card we have for you is Be Immune to Others' Opinions, and this card says what others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dream. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. So as you can see, group number 1, how a turtle has a very hard shell, right? So you might be the kind of person who's very sensitive, a very soft spirit. So when others say some things to you, critique you, you take things to your heart, you don't like it. Maybe you have very strong Cancer somewhere in your chart, because we are very sensitive people. But what Spirit is advising you to do is to not give a shit about other people's opinions as regards to your career, all right? What you want to do, that is your choice, that's your personal choice. You should be having the freedom to map those things out for yourself. So even if someone is, giving you their opinions about not making this career switch, or I mean, they might be fueling your worries about how things will be if nothing works out, you have to make yourself immune to all those things. You just have to focus on what you want, and then put on this hard shell around yourself where whatever anybody says, it should not get the best of you. Alright, group number 1, so these are all the messages that I have for you right now. If this did not resonate with you, you can pick another pile or book a personal reading. If you're new here, please subscribe to my channel and don't forget pressing the bell icon when you do that. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, group number 2. If you chose the purple flower, let's see what career messages we have for you. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading. If it does not resonate with you, feel free to pick another pile or book a personal reading. So we're going to start by looking at some oracle cards, then we look at your tarot cards, and then in the end we will look at the messages that we have from Spirit for you. Okay, so we have Liberator, which says freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. And then we have Pioneer, which says passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. Group number 2, I'm getting very, very strong entrepreneur vibes from your pile. What with the Pioneer being present over here and Liberator, you're the kind of people who don't like to do hard work. You're the smart workers instead. You don't like to do things in a way that has been going on for a really long time. If you can come up with a creative solution to something, that's how you want to go about it. You're also the kind of people who get this really icky and itchy feeling if you see other people conforming to society's ideas or things that are considered to be normal. So you're the kind of person who brings about change. You're the change makers, if that's a word. The revolutionaries, that would be the correct term. You might be into science. You might be someone who, even as a child, was very interested in doing, performing scientific experiments. But doesn't have to be. That's just the idea that I get when I look at this electric bulb over here. But the basic idea that I get from the liberator and pioneer is that you're the kind of person who not only has new ideas, but they want to present it in front of the world as well. And you also don't like it when someone just sticks to routine. I'm not saying you guys break rules, but you definitely do raise your voice against fixed patterns. So you might be the kind of person who, when some work has been delegated to your team and you've been given, say, pointers that this is how you have to go about it, so you're the person in the group, you're the person in the team who says, but why do we necessarily have to do it like this? Why can't we do it like this instead? So that's the person you are, group number 2. We also have you're on the right path, which says keep doing what you're doing because it's working. And we have study, which says reading, research and education helps you gain confidence and clarity about your career. So you might be into the education field, you might be a PhD scholar, or you might be considering getting a PhD. But whatever it is that you're doing, you are on the right path. Whatever career field you have chosen for yourself, whether you have actually started working towards it or not, or are still planning to, it is going to turn out fantastically well for you because you are on the right path. You have thankfully chosen the path that you were destined to walk on. You were meant to walk on, the one that's best for you. You're also someone who is legit very interested in what it is that they do, as we can see from the study card. You're someone who always likes to be updated about the new things happening in their field of work. You like to be very up to date in your knowledge about what it is that you're doing, because these are the things that help you gain more confidence in the work and you're able to perform better that way. So that's really nice. Now let's take a look at your tarot cards. So we have 4 of Swords, the Tower, 8 of Pentacles, Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups in the traditional tarot, 7 of Pentacles, and 3 of Cups. For a few of you, you're the kind of people who were very happy-go-lucky, very laid-back, did not really take your career seriously, just took each day as it came. But then something shifted, something happened in your life. Now this is of course a divine intervention, as we can tell by the Tower. It doesn't necessarily have to be a family mishap. It could have been anything. Maybe you saw something around you or someone said something to you and that caused that shift. And now from this energy you've come into this energy. So you were someone who, like I said, was very laid back, did not really take their career seriously, but now since the Tower moment you have transformed into someone who's very, very focused and very, very dedicated towards their work and really want to excel in it. Page of Pentacles tells me that pretty soon you might be getting an offer for either a new job or like a partnership offer, if it is something that you want to do, something of your own. If it is something that you're wanting to do of your own, because you can totally, because we have the Pioneer card right there at the top. So this might be some seed investment that you were waiting for, a bank loan approval that you were waiting for. The 8 of Pentacles along with the 7 of Pentacles tells me, group number 2, that You will have to be very patient and you will have to put in a lot of work, but the results of it are going to be very, very nice, as we can see with the Three of Cups, because it represents celebration and harmony and joy. And if it has come out in a career reading, I can safely suggest that this pertains to your career turning out to be extremely successful as a result of all the hard work that you have been putting in. So you just have to be patient, keep working the way you are, because you are clearly very dedicated, even if you weren't initially, but now you are, or you will be in the near future very soon. So you just have to keep working, you have to stay very focused and be patient, because whatever effort you're putting, the results are going to be really nice and you are going to get a lot of emotional satisfaction out of it, and monetarily also it's going to be very, very rewarding. So nothing much to worry about, group number 2. Now let's see what messages we have for you from Spirit. So the first one is Treasure Chest, which says an unforeseen windfall of new abundance comes to you now. That is pretty amazing. So perhaps you weren't expecting your results might arrive sooner than you were hoping for. But whatever this is, whether this is a new career opportunity or it is something in your love life, but definitely a lot of abundance is coming to you. And it'll be like a bolt from the blue, but in a good way. Like you do not see it coming, and now it's just there. And then we have ask for what you want, and it says find the courage to ask for what you want. Others have the right to tell you yes or no, but you always have the right to ask. Likewise, everybody has the right to ask you for what they want, and you have the right to say yes or no. So although you're this liberator spirit, but sometimes you might be a little hesitant to ask people about certain things, but Spirit is advising you to really not just be bold and be upfront if it is something that you want to ask about. And I can tell it might have something to do with a different way of doing things in your office perhaps. So don't be scared. If you have new suggestions to give to your boss, go ahead and do that. They might give you a thumbs up or they might say no, but at least you will have the satisfaction of having tried, right? So these are all the messages that I have for you right now, group number 2. If you like this video, please click the like button. If you're new, do subscribe to my channel. For a personal reading, you can contact me on happyhightarot@gmail.com. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello group number 3. If you chose the blue flower, let's see what career messages we have for you. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading. In case it does not resonate with you, you can always pick another pile or book a personal reading. So we're going to start by looking at some oracle cards, then we'll see your tarot cards, and in the end we'll see what advice does Spirit have for you. Okay, so first of all we have Child Orphan, which says independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering fear of surviving. And then we have Midas, which says entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold, delight in sharing life's riches. So what these two cards tell me, pile number 3, first of all, you might have had a rough childhood where your parents were either very strict or perhaps absent, and from a very early age you had to learn to do everything on your own. You were told to work hard for everything that you want, like nothing is going to come to you served on a platter. So from a very young age, as a result of all this, you've become fiercely independent, where you don't really rely on other people for things. I'm not saying that you're not a team player, but you'd rather work alone. You're that kind of a person. Midas tells me that because you have the Midas touch, whatever new thing you venture into, it can be a totally new career field or whatever it is, you are bound to get success in it. So that's really cool. Then we have Animals, which says you understand animals and communicate with them intuitively. Trust your inner guidance as the animals are part of your life's work. Talk to your angels. Instead of worrying, ask for divine guidance. So what the Animals card tells me is that you don't necessarily have to make your career in a field that is explicitly dedicated towards animals or for that cause, but if possible you can take out your time to work towards to work with an NGO perhaps that supports animals, works for animals. if you can participate in animal welfare in any form, then you should do that, because helping animals is very, very central and a very important part of your life purpose in this present life of yours. Talk to Your Angel card tells us that whenever you feel hopeless or confused about not just your career but your life purpose, and they're both two different things, or anything else, then you should take out some time and meditate upon it, because in that process your angels will communicate with you and give you downloads, and that's going to help you snap out of that energy. Okay, now let's see what we have from the tarot cards. So we've got Two of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, King of Swords, Ace of Swords, Three of Pentacles, and Two of Swords. The main thing that I get from the first row of the cards, group number 3, is that very soon you might be getting a job opportunity which is going to be in some other city or some other state or a totally different country. And this job offer will be for a very high position, as we can tell with the King of Swords. This might be in the communication field, media, mass comm, things like that, but that doesn't necessarily have to be for all of you. This job, if it is not in another city, state or country, it's going to be either transferable or it's going to require you to travel a lot. Once you receive this offer, you might enter a dilemma where you won't know what to do, whether you should accept this job or not. You might be having your doubts whether it's going to turn out good for you or not. But with the Three of Pentacles, I can safely say that it is going to be good for you. This job will turn out to be very, very stable. It is going to lay the foundation for a very stable career. And even if you join this new job at a low rank, it's going to be so stable, it's going to give you so much stability and the opportunity to grow, that from whatever position or rank you join, you are going to grow into this King of Swords. So if you join as an executive or an analyst, you can grow up to become the manager or something even greater than that. So that is totally possible. The Ace of Swords is a good thing, with the Two of Swords being present over here, that even if you do initially face a dilemma about this, you are going to snap out of it and you are going to make a good judgment. And for the most of you, I would suggest that you will end up taking this job, and you should too. I see no reason as to why you should be turning down this offer. It's going to be pretty great for you. You might also feel slightly hesitant about talking to people in your family about it. They might be against you traveling or going to some place quite far off, or if this job is, if it's in a new field altogether, then people in your family or people close to you might be having their restrictions about it, might be having their reservations about it, might be having their doubts about it. But I think you should be bold and upfront and address all their doubts and concerns and tell them that this is what you want. And it is going to turn out good for you with the Three of Pentacles. It's going to be very stable. It's going to be very long lasting. Now let's see what advice we have for you from Spirit. So the first card is Empowerment, which says you're more powerful than you realize. It's safe for you to be powerful. Fits very well with the King of Swords that we have over here. So maybe because of what you're going through right now, if it is something bothersome in your career or something that happened in the past, you might have lost your sense of power, or in general people around you might make you feel that way, but you've got to take back your power. You have to wake up to the realization that you are very, very powerful, fully capable of taking decisions for yourself. You're the kind of person who should not be dictated. You shouldn't be told what to do. So you've got to embody the King of Swords energy and take back your power and just step into your power. And then we have say goodbye to sadness and drama. It says, all the sadness and drama you have lived in your life was rooted in making assumptions and taking things personally. The whole world of control between humans is based on that. Take a moment and consider this. So what this card essentially asks you, group number 3, to do is say goodbye to sadness and drama by not taking things personally and not making assumptions. Just because two people are looking at you while having a conversation does not necessarily mean that it is you that they are talking about, or that they're talking about you and in a negative way. Maybe they're not talking about you at all, or even if they are, they don't have bad things to say, but you assume that that's what the case is. So make this your priority to not make assumptions and not get affected by whatever is happening around you. Alright, so these are all the messages that I have for you right now, group number 3. To book a personal reading, you can contact me on my email ID given below. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're new, do subscribe, and while doing that, don't forget to press the bell icon. I'll see you next time. Bye.